Hello, it's so great to see everyone. I'm Eric Brakey. I'm the Executive Director of the Free State Project. It's been a crazy adjustment for me. I'm in the final months of my third and final term in the Maine State Senate. So I'm not sure if the boo is like to the institution of the Maine Senate or the fact that they still have a little bit of a hook in me. It's been I've received such a warm welcome from all corners of this state as I've been transitioning. Boy, that's a loaded word these days. As I'm transitioning from Maine to New Hampshire. But it's been a wild ride. I started last December, and I've been hopping back and forth between Maine and New Hampshire and trying to get to know all the different communities of the Free State as much as I possibly can. And so this is the first day of what is a 4-day North Country tour that I'm doing with Dennis and Carol Pratt, who went. So, round of applause to them, because they organized all of this, as well as the individuals who organized all of these individual events. So I want to say thank you to our host for tonight, Chris. But the people of northern Maine and the people of New Hampshire that shared heritage around the idea of the pine tree, right? You had the pine tree riot in New Hampshire. In Maine, you had the Battle of Machias, the first naval battle of the American Revolution, and it was built around, of all things, people giving a middle finger to the British king and saying, you don't get to just claim all the pine trees as something that you own yourself. You know, these are ours and we will fight for them. This is our land and we will fight for it. That unquenchable fight for a free society to live in where liberties are respected. That's what this country was founded on, right? I mean, New Hampshire is the only state in the Constitution where you still have the right of revolution, but that's what it was founded on. And of course, over time and generations, 10 generations now since the American Revolution, and a lot of that spirit has been lost. Where you go to different parts of the country, you have that libertarian ethic, that libertarian spirit, still different places here and there, a few individuals, but as people who love liberty are just scattered. We're a diaspora. We are dispersed among various statist paradigms that range from fascism to communism and everywhere in between, and the people who say, I just want to be left alone, I want government to protect my liberties, not trample on them, we are so easily dismissed in all the other of the tyrannical 49. But in New Hampshire, it's so amazing to see that collection of people, that building of community that's demonstrated here tonight is alive here, and that like our forebears in 1776, we will fight for a free society and we will build it. And the British can't have our pine trees. But when I get to meet Joe Biden, and I'm wearing my flag pin of the original Maine flag, the 1901 Maine flag, which has that pine tree on it. One of the pine trees that I noticed is in the iconography of this bar. And President Biden says to me, I really like your flag. And I said, oh yeah, it's a lot of history behind it. This is the American Revolution. This is what brought Maine into the fight, defending these pine trees. And he just says, yeah. And now we got to defend those pine trees from climate change. Well, I was trying to be nice, right? The Free State Acoustics is a group that began last year, so at PorcFest, 2 PorcFests ago, PorcFest 20. So what happens at PorcFest doesn't always stay at PorcFest, and this group is an example of that. They got started we have a lot of very talented creative people in the Free State movement, as I've been learning, and people Free Staters like to build things, so creative folks came together, made some music. I guess they found they had a really good jam and jive together, so they've just kept going. In fact, one of their recent music videos was published recently in a very distinguished publication called the Free State Newsletter, which if you aren't receiving, you can sign up for at fsp.org. And, this is a familiar song. What song is this? Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. That's it. Presumably he died on space. I don't know what happened to him. Thank you all. Thanks for recruiting me to sing with you. This is fun. Oh yeah, this has never been rehearsed.